Hello, thank you for joining with me. We are in A Course in Miracles workbook for students. We are reading out of the complete and annotated edition. This is part 2 of the workbook, section 5, What is the Body? Lesson 270. I will not use the body's eyes today. Father, Christ's vision is your gift to me, and it has power to translate all that the body's eyes behold into the sight of a forgiven world. How glorious and gracious is this world, yet how much more will I perceive in it than sight can give. Footnote 77. This appears to mean that in this new sight I will not only perceive a forgiven world, but I will also perceive what sight signifies. See the rest of the prayer for what it signifies. The world forgiven signifies your Son acknowledges his Father, lets his dreams be brought to earth, and waits expectantly the one remaining instant more of time, which ends forever as your memory returns to him. And now his will is one with yours. His function now is one with yours. And every thought except your own is gone. The quiet of today will bless our hearts, and through them peace will come to everyone. Christ is our eyes today, and through his sight we offer healing to the world through him, the Holy Son, whom God created whole, the Holy Son, whom God created one. And now I will read the commentary by Alan Watson and Robert Perry. I will not use the body's eyes today. Of course, this does not mean I will walk around with a blindfold on, crashing into things. I will not, however, let my sight stop at the physical. I won't use the information of the eyes. I won't depend on that. Christ's vision has the power to translate all that the body's eyes behold into the sight of a forgiven world. There's that word translate again. What I want to see today, my teacher, is a forgiven world. I want to see the truth behind all appearances. My function, the function of every son of God, is that of a translator. We are here to heal the world by seeing it differently, and thus we also heal ourselves. One of the chief components of that different vision is lack of judgment. No condemnation, no making wrong, no demand for outward changes. Seeing that everyone and everything is worthy of love exactly as they are, no comparisons or evaluations, no making of differences, but seeing everything as part of one whole. To forgive is to overlook. Look then beyond error, and do not let your perception rest upon it, for you will believe what your perception holds. Accept as true only what your brother is, if you would know yourself. Perceive what he is not, and you cannot know what you are, because you will see him falsely. You do not understand how to overlook errors, or you would not make them. We are told to overlook error, then we are told we don't know how to do it. Instead, we are to turn to the Holy Spirit. It seems to me a fundamental lesson of this course is don't trust your perceptions. Don't use the body's eyes. Don't think that seeing begins and ends with physical sight and our own mental interpretations. What we do as we go through the world is something like this. We perceive something. Our mind may interpret it, most certainly will, and nearly always with some evaluation, some judgment. At that point, what we need to do is recognize that judgment is impossible for us and just let it go. We abandon our perception. We don't think of it as dangerous or fearful or sinful. We just recognize that it is meaningless. That giving up of our own perceptions is the crucial step, and for this sacrifice is heaven restored to his awareness. We step back and take what appears to be a very inferior position. We say, I do not understand what this means. This is the very first lesson in the workbook. Nothing I see means anything. And then we open ourselves to the Holy Spirit. I am willing to see things differently. That's it. If you get this far, you will become hooked because God will answer that prayer. You will see things differently. Maybe not at once, not in that instant, but it happens. How? I don't know. Understanding the how of atonement is not our job, not our function, but His. And if you will please close your eyes with me and I will read the prayer for lesson 270 and lead us into meditation. I will not use the body's eyes today. Father, Christ's vision is your gift to me, and it has power to translate all that the body's eyes behold into the sight of a forgiven world. How glorious and gracious is this world! Yet how much more will I perceive in it than sight can give? The world forgiven signifies your Son acknowledges his Father, lets his dreams be brought to truth, and waits expectantly the one remaining instant more of time, which ends forever as your memory returns to him. And now his will is one with yours. His function now is one with yours. And every thought except your own is gone. I will not use the body's eyes today. Thank you so much for joining with me in this meditation. We will now read the conclusion of the What is the Body section. If you will please read this in its entirety today. What is the body? We are reading paragraph 5, sentences 5 through 8. Fear does not exist. Identify with love and you are safe. Identify with love and you are home. Identify with love and find yourself. Love is your safety. Fear does not exist. When I do not use the body's eyes, this is what I will see. When I let go of my unquestioning trust in my perception of things, I will see love. My body's eyes were made out of fear and made to see fear. I need to end my reliance on this mechanism of perception and ask for a new one. Christ's vision. The statement, fear does not exist, may seem incredible to me, particularly as I advance in my practice of the Course, because one of the consequences of practicing the Course is that all kinds of buried fears bubble up in my mind. The Course teaches me, however, that what has happened is this. In order to hide my own true nature of love for me, my ego invented all kinds of fear. Then I found them so terrifying that I repressed or denied them and covered them over with deceptive disguises, supported by my perception of the world. Now, as I let go of my confidence in my perception, the disguises are dissolving, and the fears I have buried are surfacing. This simple message, then, is an antidote to those surfacing fears. Fear does not exist. In other words, what I am seeing is not real. It is an illusion I have made. How can I escape from my fears? Identify with love and you are safe. Identify with love and you are home. Identify with love and find yourself. As I begin to look within, I see all these different forms of fear. Rather than fighting the fear or running from it or burying it again, I need to learn to see past it to the love that it is hiding. We have to go through what the Course calls the ring of fear in order to reach our self, our home. This is where most of us get stuck. The fear seems too real. Let me today allow the Holy Spirit to show me that this seemingly impenetrable wall of fear is really nothing. It is made of clouds that cannot stop a feather. Let me take His hand and allow Him to lead me past it to the truth, to myself and to my home. Let me choose to identify with love and find my safety. Thank you so much for joining with me in this lesson today. I will not use the body's eyes today. I love you.